The rescue man sat in his car, waiting for phone calls about animals that needed help. He had been doing this work for many years and always kept his car ready with carriers, blankets, food, and water. It was a quiet morning, and he was looking at his phone when something amazing happened. A mama cat came out of nowhere and jumped into his car through the open window. She had a tiny kitten in her mouth. The man was so surprised he did not move at all. He did not want to scare the cat away. The mama cat put her baby down on the car seat very gently and then jumped back out of the window. The man could not believe what he was seeing. The mama cat came back again with another small kitten in her mouth. She put this baby next to the first one and left again. The brave mama cat kept doing this over and over. She brought one kitten at a time and placed each baby safely in the car. The mama cat worked very hard to save all her babies. She climbed through the car window many times, carrying each kitten carefully. She never dropped any of them. The man watched as she made trip after trip. She looked tired but never gave up. It was clear that she knew this human would help her family. The rescue man had seen many incredible things in his years of helping animals, but nothing quite like this. He had rescued cats from trees, dogs from storm drains, and birds with broken wings, but never had an animal come directly to him asking for help in such a clear way. He felt honored that this brave mother had chosen to trust him with her precious babies. As he watched her make each careful journey, he noticed how she carried each kitten. She held them gently by the scruff of their necks, the way mother cats naturally carry their young. Her movements were precise and careful. She never rushed, even though she must have been exhausted. Each kitten was treated with the same loving care. The man also noticed that the mama cat had chosen his car specifically. There were other cars parked nearby, but she had walked past all of them to reach his vehicle. Somehow she seemed to know that he was someone who helped animals. Perhaps it was his calm energy, or maybe she could smell the other rescued animals he had helped before. After many trips, the mama cat finally stopped coming back. She had brought all her kittens to the car, and now she sat next to them breathing hard. The man counted the babies and was amazed at how many she had saved. There were 6 beautiful kittens of different colors and sizes, but he knew he needed to check the area to make sure no babies were left behind. The man got out of his car slowly and looked around everywhere. He checked behind cars and under bushes. He looked in garbage bins and behind walls. He wanted to be absolutely certain that no kitten had been left behind. Then he saw something sad on the road. There was one very tiny kitten lying alone and crying. This baby looked much younger than the others and was very cold. He picked up the little kitten with both hands to keep it warm. The baby was so small and weak that it could barely lift its head. Its eyes were still closed, which meant it was probably only a few days old. He could feel its tiny heart beating fast against his palm. He carried it back to the car and put it with the other kittens so they could all stay warm together. Now all the babies were safe in one place. The man knew that mama cats need food when they are taking care of babies. He took out some creamy treats from his bag and gave them to the tired mama cat. She was very hungry and ate the treats quickly. As she ate, she started to relax and trust the man more. She even began to purr softly. The sound of her purring seemed to calm all the kittens, who snuggled closer to their mother. The rescue man always carried different types of food in his car, for situations just like this. He had dry kibble for adult cats, wet food for cats who needed extra nutrition, and special milk replacement for very young kittens. He also had medications in case any animal was sick or injured. Being prepared was the most important part of his job. While the mama cat was eating, a rickshaw driver came over to talk to the man. The driver pointed to a nearby street and said there was another scared cat there. He told the man that this cat had been crying all morning and looked very upset. She seemed to be looking for something. The driver had been worried about the cat but did not know how to help her. He walked toward where the driver had pointed, following the sound of desperate crying. When he got closer, he saw a mama cat hiding in a corner between 2 buildings. She looked very afraid and was shaking. Her eyes were wide with fear and she was calling out with loud, mournful cries. It was clear she was searching for her missing baby. The man could see that this cat was different from the brave mother who had brought her kittens to his car. This cat was much more frightened of humans. She had probably had bad experiences with people before and did not trust them. Her fur was standing up and she pressed herself against the wall as if trying to disappear. The man moved very slowly and spoke in a quiet voice. He did not want to scare the cat more. He had learned over the years that frightened animals needed time and patience. He sat down on the ground to make himself seem less threatening. He held the tiny kitten where the mama cat could see it, but not so close that she would run away. When she saw her baby, her whole body changed. Now both mama cats had their babies and were feeling better, but the rescue was not complete yet. The rescue man needed to take them all to his rescue center where they would be safe. He went back to his car to get 2 carriers, making sure they were large enough for each mother and her babies to be comfortable together. The carriers had soft blankets inside to make the cats comfortable. He also put some of the treats inside so the cats would associate the carriers with good things. Getting scared cats into carriers could be challenging, but he had learned many techniques over the years to make the process as stress-free as possible. Both mama cats seemed to understand they were going somewhere good. Perhaps they could sense that this man had only helped them so far, so they could trust him to continue helping. They stayed calm during the car ride and took care of their babies. The man drove carefully to make sure everyone was comfortable, avoiding sudden stops and sharp turns. When they arrived at the rescue center, the man had a warm room ready for them. The room had clean blankets on the floor, fresh water, and food bowls. Some of his other rescued cats came to see the new arrivals. They were curious, but very gentle and friendly. The rescue center had a peaceful atmosphere that helped new animals feel safe. The room was specially designed for mother cats with babies. It had quiet corners where the mothers could nurse their kittens in private, and open areas where the kittens could play as they grew older. The walls were painted in soft colors, and there were windows that let in natural light without being too bright. The man opened the carriers in the safe room. Both mama cats got out slowly and checked that all their babies were okay. They looked around the room and seemed to like their new home. The room was quiet and peaceful, which was perfect for the families. They could smell that other cats had been there before, but the scents were friendly and welcoming. The other cats at the rescue center were very welcoming. They came close but gave the new families space to settle in. Animals often understand when other animals need help and comfort. They seemed to know that these cats had been through a hard time. Some of the older cats even brought toys over as welcome gifts. The rescue center was home to many different animals who had all been rescued from difficult situations. There were cats who had been abandoned, dogs who had been lost, and even some rabbits and birds. All of them had been given a second chance at life, and they seemed to understand the importance of making new arrivals feel welcome. Both cat families quickly made themselves at home. The mama cats found the best spots to lie down with their babies. They could nurse their kittens and rest after their difficult day. The room had everything they needed to feel safe and comfortable. Within a few hours, they were all sleeping peacefully together. The mama cats were good mothers and took excellent care of their babies. They kept the kittens clean and fed them regularly. The babies grew stronger each day in their warm new home. They played together and learned from their mothers. As they got older, they began to explore more of their room and interact with each other. The rescue man checked on the families every day. He made sure they had fresh food and water. He also watched the kittens to make sure they were growing well. Sometimes he sat quietly in the room just to keep the cats company. He enjoyed watching the kittens discover new things and seeing their personalities develop. Other people who worked at the rescue center also helped care for the cats. Everyone loved watching the kittens play and grow. The mama cats became more friendly each day as they realized they were truly safe. They started to enjoy being petted and receiving attention. Some of the volunteers spent hours just sitting with the cats, helping them learn to trust humans again. The rescue center was like a big family where all the animals looked after each other. The older cats taught the kittens how to behave properly. The kittens brought joy and energy to the whole place. Everyone was happy to have these new members. The two mama cats even became friends with each other, often grooming each other and sharing babysitting duties. As weeks passed, the kittens became stronger and more playful. They learned to eat solid food and use the litter box. Their mothers were proud of how well their babies were growing. The families were healthy and happy in their new life. The staff began the process of preparing them for adoption, making sure each cat was healthy and well socialized. This rescue story shows how amazing things can happen when animals trust humans to help them. The first mama cat was brave enough to bring her babies to a stranger. The second mama cat overcame her fear when she got her baby back. Both mothers knew they had found safety for their families. The rescue man felt very happy that he could help these cat families. He knew that all the animals would have good lives at the rescue center. When the kittens were old enough, they would find loving homes with new families. The mama cats would also find special people to adopt them. Until then, they would continue to live in comfort and safety. Every day at the rescue center was filled with love and care. The cats played together, slept in warm beds, and never had to worry about finding food or shelter. They were safe forever and would always be loved. This was exactly what every rescue animal deserved to have. Their story would inspire others to help animals in need and show that kindness can change lives forever.